are an assistant engineer in PWD based in Bengaluru.
Yes, sir, Bengaluru.
And you have taken PSIR as your
Optional
subject. Now you have been there in your this thing for almost now 3 years almost, or 2 years almost becoming 3 years, almost 3 years.
Yes.
So you probably are due for promotion also.
Yes, sir, my
deputy engineer.
Yes, sir,
it's completed. Deputy executive engineer.
Yes, sir, it's completed.
So maybe a few months, or you are already become, or you are about to become.
My probation is cleared.
Your probation is clear. 3 year probation is clear. Now from assistant to deputy executive engineer probably due also.
Another 4 or 5 years.
Another 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
7 years it takes to be assistant to deputy.
Yes, yes, sir. The AEE, assistant executive engineer.
So what are your duties there at the chief engineer's office?
Yes, you are posted. So the chief engineer office is the head office. Currently I am posted in the design wing of
design swing.
Yes, sir.
In so the headquarters only.
Yes, sir. In the headquarters. So I carry out the design and analysis of government buildings using the softwares like ETABS and StatPros.
अगर आप ये टॉपर मॉक इंटरव्यू देख रहे हो, मतलब आप सीरियस हो। आईएएस आईपीएस बनना लक से नहीं होता है, सही गाइडेंस से होता है। और आज के टाइम पर स्मार्ट प्रिपरेशन का मतलब है घर बैठे ऑनलाइन इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स के साथ, जहां आपको कंप्लीट गाइडेंस और रिसोर्सेज एक ही जगह मिल जाते हैं।
इसीलिए अनअकैडमी यूपीएससी पर इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स आपको वही प्रोसेस सिखाते हैं जो आपको सिलेक्शन तक लेके जाता है,
जिसमें जीएसएससी से थियरी से करंट, एनसीईआरटी से एडवांस सब कुछ आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा। इसमें डाउट रेजोल्यूशन, स्टडी मटेरियल, मॉक टेस्ट और मेंस आंसर राइटिंग भी शामिल है। मतलब प्रिपरेशन का कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम एक ही जगह पर।
अब आप अपनी यूपीएससी जर्नी शुरू करो इंडिया के टॉप एजुकेटर के साथ, जहां से निकलते हैं मैक्सिमम रैंकर्स हर साल। कंप्लीट प्रिपरेशन इकोसिस्टम यही मिलेगा, वो भी लोएस्ट एवर प्राइस के साथ। लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया गया है।
यूपीएससी की तैयारी हो तो
सिर्फ अनअकैडमी के साथ,
क्योंकि यूपीएससी में तो बस
अनअकैडमी ही है।
No, but with the AI the advent of AI, yes. Do you think that designing should be a little change in the sense, not that ETABS that now you'll be using 3D, now can you not use 3D printing technology now? Yes. Now the monolithic single structure can be done with 3D printing technology.
Yes, sir.
So probably time will come, you don't have to do anything, just is a printer, 3D printer and monolithic structure. Of course, there is a changes, then you have to another coding and algorithms, etc.
Yes.
Do you think that your work will become obsolete? You don't have a design engineer, because what is the need of a design engineer? When you have a AI monolithic structure, AI just put it in a 3D printing technology.
Yes, yes. So I would say the experience of an engineer will be with respect to verifying the designs, that the 3D, as you mentioned, the 3D technology. It would only be like a verification by the design engineers would come in handy, sir. So we cannot completely trust the AI systems. I think my job will not be obsolete, but it will change, sir. The role will change. I would say verification.
Achha, just to check whether the design is correct or as per your needs.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I am saying that the monolithic structure, yes, 3D, but about your government buildings has a lot of requirements.
Yes, sir.
Now, that 3D printing technology, can they take care of all the requirements?
Yes, sir. For what we can do is we can apply 3D printing for small buildings, sir. So, which have standard templates. For example, the small hostel buildings, etc. But for complicated structures, I think we would still rely on the manual calculations backed by the software programs.
But that 3D printing technology has not really reached that level.
Yes,
so it can take care of all the complications.
Yes, right, sir.
So that
right.
is what you are saying.
Yes, that's what I am saying.
Okay. Now, what are the foundations you will use? Also, a 5-story structure complete.
Yes.
What is type of soil, oil, or type of foundation you will require?
Yes, the type of foundation mainly depends on the soil bearing capacity, what we call as
suppose in a Belgavi, so you are from Belgavi.
Yes.
No, Bangalore, sorry, Bangalore.
No,
you are a Bangalore soil, you know.
Yes.
Bangalore has tested the soil. Now you have to have a foundation.
Yes.
So what type of foundation you will require?
Sir, that it would depend on the SBC, sir, the soil bearing capacity. If that is less, usually as you mentioned, Bengaluru, it has around 15 to 20 tons per meter square. So that
So
would
it is a 5-story
yes,
structure.
sir. So for that, the foundation would be a little large. So given the offset limitations we have in a developed city, we would go for more advanced type of foundations like the pile foundations.
Pile, obviously you
Yes,
do a pile
yes,
foundation.
for pile foundations or the raft foundations. So
But,
that would increase the cost, but with the limitations, it will work best.
Okay. Now, Bangalore is not an earthquake prone, but suppose you are
Yes, sir.
to ask to building a structure like that northeast.
Yes.
Now, what type of pile what type of foundation will use? Isol, for example. Earthquake zone.
Yes, sir. In earthquake zone 4 and 5, sir, which are more prone to.
No, I say 6.
Yes, and now the recent
Six, now
6th
six.
addition of 6th also,
6.
the Himalayan stretch.
Himalaya.
Yes, sir. There the ductile detailing, what we call, which is backed by the IAS Indian Standard Codes, that will increase, sir. So the detailing, the use of reinforcement will increase. With respect to foundations, we can go for, again, pile foundations would be needed, sir. Apart from that, we would also need other making it more economical.
What is the base? Base will be, what will be the base? Base will be, what will be the base isolation? I mean, what is special, you have to have a special type of base also,
Yes,
foundation.
sir. Yes, sir. That's one of my, I've written a paper also on the base isolation systems. So that will come in handy, as you've said.
And shear wall?
Yeah, shear wall is also alternative, sir, but base isolation would be much more compatible. It will completely.
Will you use a cantilever projection of the chhajjas and the balconies?
Yes, sir.
Will you do that in a structure like that?
In the 6th zone, sir?
6 zone.
No, sir. We would try to reduce it as much as possible, sir.
Why not?
The cantilever projection, as you said, will be subjected to much more bending, sir, because of the
So it will be
vertical
dangerous for a 6 zone.
6 stories. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Yes. You say that you are interested in constitutional
Yes, ma'am.
history.
Yes, ma'am.
Which constitutions have inspired the Indian Constitution?
Ma'am, largely the core part of it is inspired by the 1935 Government of India Act. Apart from that, we've had the DPSPs derived from, inspired by the Irish Constitution, and the fundamental rights part was inspired by the US Constitution. Similarly, we've had inspiration from a lot of other countries like South Africa, Australia, etc.
In what aspect?
The concurrent part was inspired by the Australian Constitution. The centralizing tendency we have in the federal setup, that is inspired by the Canadian Constitution.
American Constitution?
The fundamental rights, judicial review, they were all inspired by. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why is the Swiss Constitution considered very unique?
I'm not aware of the Swiss Constitution.
You're
No,
not aware
I've not
of the
read on
Swiss
it.
Constitution?
No, I'll read on it.
Have a look at that because
Yes,
it's very interesting.
Yes.
The Swiss Constitution, and especially the Constitution of all these countries like Finland, Sweden, and Switzerland, they are very interesting constitutions. So that is what I wanted to, I thought you would be able to tell me about. Then you watch films across languages. So which film is your favorite from, apart from Kannada?
अगर आप ये टॉपर मॉक इंटरव्यू देख रहे हो, मतलब आप सीरियस हो। आईएएस आईपीएस बनना लक से नहीं होता है, सही गाइडेंस से होता है। और आज के टाइम पर स्मार्ट प्रिपरेशन का मतलब है घर बैठे ऑनलाइन इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स के साथ, जहां आपको कंप्लीट गाइडेंस और रिसोर्सेज एक ही जगह मिल जाते हैं।
इसीलिए अनअकैडमी यूपीएससी पर इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स आपको वही प्रोसेस सिखाते हैं जो आपको सिलेक्शन तक लेके जाता है,
जिसमें जीएस से थियरी से करंट, एनसीईआरटी से एडवांस सब कुछ आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा। इसमें डाउट रेजोल्यूशन, स्टडी मटेरियल, मॉक टेस्ट और मेंस आंसर राइटिंग भी शामिल है। मतलब प्रिपरेशन का कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम एक ही जगह पर।
अब आप अपनी यूपीएससी जर्नी शुरू करो इंडिया के टॉप एजुकेटर के साथ, जहां से निकलते हैं मैक्सिमम रैंकर्स हर साल। कंप्लीट प्रिपरेशन इकोसिस्टम यही मिलेगा, वो भी लोएस्ट एवर प्राइस के साथ। लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया गया है।
यूपीएससी की तैयारी हो
तो सिर्फ अनअकैडमी के साथ,
क्योंकि यूपीएससी में तो बस
अनअकैडमी ही है।
There's a from Malayalam language, I like the Kumbalangi Nights. It's a very, and Bangalore Days, very good movies. I also.
What are they centered around? What are the issues that are centered around these films which attract you?
Ma'am, mainly I like movies that are surrounding genres involving coming of age, where a person goes through different stages of life. And apart from that, crime thrillers is one genre I really like.
Okay,
Yes,
you like
yes.
that. Now tell me about the architecture of Chalukyan architecture,
Yes.
which is in Aihole, Pattidakkal, Badami.
Yes.
What architecture is that known as? It is not Dravidian architecture.
Yes.
It's a combination of North Indian and South Indian temple structure. What is it
It is
known
called as the Vesara style of.
the
it's a
Vesara
combination
style?
of both.
The
ma'am.
Vesara style.
Yes, yes.
It is also the Vesara style of architecture, which combines both the pyramidal
Yes, ma'am.
structure and
The boundary walls, etc.
Yeah,
the raised
yeah,
platforms.
yeah.
Yes.
how have they stood? They don't have a foundation. They don't have. How have they stood the test of time?
These are civil engineering marvels to say, and to today's engineering mind, actually, as you said, it's incomprehensible of what they pulled off. But I would say, ma'am, there was an awareness of symmetries of the weights, masses, and that is what they focused ultimately. Maybe they might not have today's software, but they had the understanding of the weights and masses, etc.
Yeah, because they're all rock.
Yes,
rock cut.
yes,
Rock cut.
rock cut
architecture.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So that is. So what else apart from Chalukya architecture? What other architecture is there in that region?
We have also caves, ma'am, Badami
That
caves.
is the Badami
Yes.
caves. Those
Apart-
had to be.
Yes.
How were they dug out?
I'm not quite sure
You're-
of that.
you're
Ma'am. I'll
not-
read on.
you
read on
have
it.
to read
Yes,
up
I'll read on it.
Because you're from
Right.
that area,
Yes,
and that architecture of that area is particularly interesting.
Fascinating. Yes.
And any other architecture?
The Vijayanagar architecture, ma'am, of Hampi.
Yes, Vijayanagar architecture of
Yes.
Hampi.
Then
And
the we've had the Somnatheshwar in the recent
Belur,
UNESCO.
Belur,
yes, ma'am.
Belur.
Belur,
that
Halebeedu,
is
yes, ma'am.
Hoysala.
Hoysala architecture, which
Hoysala
we
is
call
of
as
Dwara
this-
Samudra.
Yes, Dwara Samudra.
Yes,
Yes, that is
there-
one more. Yes,
Yes,
you can think of that. Yes.
Yes. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you, thank you.
Okay, Kiran,
Yes, sir.
what is the role of CPWD in the bridges that are constructed in various states?
Sir, of central PWDs or
Yeah.
the KPWD?
CPWD
So sir,
or the equivalent in states?
states, yes, sir. Basically, we carry out two kinds of bridges, sir, the minor bridges and major bridges. So minor bridges basically they add to the transportation of inter-district transportation.
So you have a role.
Yes, sir, we do have a
So
role. We
in
carry-
Bihar, in last monsoon,
Yes,
in 2 weeks' time, 20 bridges had collapsed,
yes,
right?
yes, sir.
So how much responsibility does the concerned PWD department has to take?
Yes, sir. The responsibility lies both on the contractor as well as the engineers.
I think it does not lie on contractor at all. I think it's zero liability on contractor because there is a project management group
Yes.
also,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes. So basically, the issue lies in the kind of bidding system we have. What we call as the
See,
L1 building
even if it is
system.
L1, everybody complains L1.
Yes,
Even L1 is based on certain parameters of designing and quality of construction material.
Yes, sir.
Then why are we blaming L1? L1 does not mean that he can put anything that he likes.
Yes, sir.
He's putting what you have quoted in the GSQR, PSQR,
yes.
whatever you call it.
Yes, sir.
So is it right to blame L1 system? Or
sir,
is there something else?
Sir, apart from that, I would say even the kind of monitoring post-construction or even during the construction by the engineers, there's serious lacunae in that part. So I would say both engineers.
Now let's come to the ceiling, Mumbai ceiling.
Yes.
It was made in 2018.
Yes, sir.
And now there are already issues, and PWD has been asked to carry out some kind of a investigation,
Yes.
which apparently, as per the report should be done every 6 months.
Yes.
So I land up with one conclusion. The problem with government is that everybody gets assured pay and nobody gets sacked for incompetence.
Sir, there is a need of accountability measures and fixing of accountability on at least I would say collective responsibility, sir.
See why L&T bridges don't collapse, why government bridges collapse,
Yes.
because you know the guy who's there on ground, he knows his job is stuck there.
Yes, sir.
Right, and the
Yes.
company knows the reputation
Agreed.
is stuck.
Yes.
PWD will stay 20 or 40 bridges may collapse in 1 week. PWD
Yes, sir.
will still be there.
Yes, sir. So there is definitely need of third-party scrutiny and also accountability measures, sir, to what you've said to end that practice.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was invited to give a talk at the CPWD Academy in Ghaziabad.
Okay.
Then I was sent a message, sir, because of Diwali, the course has been postponed.
Okay.
I come from the army. I found it very funny.
Yes.
I mean, this would never happen in the army, that any training event which is scheduled is cancelled because of a festival.
Yes.
So it speaks of a certain value system of where the priority lies.
I'll agree on that one, sir.
Yeah.
There is a serious need of, priorities, as you've mentioned. We need to look at it, and if it is of something related to national importance, national security.
I mean, that's a course which has been planned at
Yes,
the
sir.
Central Academy.
Yes.
So what even if Diwali comes in between?
Uh,
I mean, all this seem to have become so important that
Yes.
the whole course gets cancelled.
Yes,
Anyway,
I would
I'm
call it
just-
a case of misplaced priorities, I would say, but also balance is required, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. There is a difference between the way Panama Canal is made and Suez Canal is made.
Okay.
What is that civil engineering aspect because of which there is a difference in the two canals?
Sir, right now I'm only aware of the Panama Canal, sir, how it works.
Suez Canal is normal.
Yes, sir.
Ships just
Yes,
go through.
yes, sir.
Panama Canal, we know
Panama
what
Canal
happens.
is unique, sir.
Why does that happen?
Yes, that is because of the difference in water levels between the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Yeah, and why is that water level different between the two oceans?
So that's because of the salinity also plays a role, which leads to the difference in densities of the two waters.
And what else?
Apart from that, also the geostrophic winds also, which matters.
All right.
Yes.
Now my last question to you is Gaza.
Yes.
Is it a solution or is it a temporary truce and we will have fighting starting maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years?
So currently the phase 2 of the truce is going on, sir. And we've also had the BOP, Board of Peace, by Mr. Trump. So together put, I feel we will have an end to it soon, sir.
It's
yes.
a step towards peace.
Yes, there's a step towards peace. Although it is more Trump-centric, the Board of Peace, but I think given the fact that it is backed by the UNSC resolution of November 2025, I think steps are being taken, sir.
Right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Kiran. And studying constitutional history and landmark Supreme Court judgment is an interesting hobby.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so you just tell me that 1935 Act,
Yes.
okay, it's having lot of provision like entire 75% of the Indian constitution
Yes.
borrowed from the single source. So in terms of separation, through this act, on the eastern side and western side, two territories got separated.
Yes, sir.
So what are those territories and what is the current existence?
So the Pakistan and the West.
1935 Act.
1935. One would be Burma, sir.
Okay.
Myanmar. I'm not aware of the other. I'm presuming is it Afghanistan, the Radcliffe flag.
There is Aden.
Okay, Aden.
Aden
I was
was
not aware.
separated from British India after 1935 Act
1935.
and become a Yemen right
Okay.
now as a part of
Okay.
this one. Okay, very good. And apart from this, there is a concept regarding granting aid.
Yes.
It will be studied in our PSAR and polity.
Yes.
And there is no constitutional definition for this part. Is there any definition we are having on that what is granting aid?
I'm not quite sure, sir.
Nowhere it is
Nowhere
in
it
our
is.
Indian
Okay,
constitution.
Yes. Okay.
But still, people will say that as a statutory recognition for this granting aid got it from 1935 Act.
Okay, sir.
But the 1935 Act, on the basis of whose recommendation or report, it adopted the ideas of granting aid, which is a foundational in India for the federational principle.
अगर आप ये टॉपर मॉक इंटरव्यू देख रहे हो मतलब आप सीरियस हो। आईएएस आईपीएस बनना लक से नहीं होता है, सही गाइडेंस से होता है। और आज के टाइम पर स्मार्ट प्रिपरेशन का मतलब है घर बैठे ऑनलाइन इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स के साथ, जहां आपको कंप्लीट गाइडेंस और रिसोर्सेज एक ही जगह मिल जाते हैं।
इसीलिए अनअकैडमी यूपीएससी पर इंडिया के बेस्ट एजुकेटर्स आपको वही प्रोसेस सिखाते हैं जो आपको सिलेक्शन तक लेके जाता है,
जिसमें जीएसएससी से थियरी से करंट, एनसीईआरटी से एडवांस सब कुछ आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा। इसमें डाउट रेजोल्यूशन, स्टडी मटेरियल, मॉक टेस्ट और मेंस आंसर राइटिंग भी शामिल है। मतलब प्रिपरेशन का कंप्लीट इकोसिस्टम एक ही जगह पर।
अब आप अपनी यूपीएससी जर्नी शुरू करो इंडिया के टॉप एजुकेटर के साथ, जहां से निकलते हैं मैक्सिमम रैंकर्स हर साल। कंप्लीट प्रिपरेशन इकोसिस्टम यही मिलेगा, वो भी लोएस्ट एवर प्राइस के साथ। लिंक नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया गया है।
यूपीएससी की तैयारी हो तो
सिर्फ अनअकैडमी के साथ,
क्योंकि यूपीएससी में तो बस
अनअकैडमी ही है।
No idea, sir. I'm failing to.
Okay, no worries. And you are also managing that landmark judgment of Supreme Court.
Yes.
So regarding this anti-defection,
Yes.
till today, which judgment of Supreme Court is really a landmark judgment?
So I would consider Kyoto Holon case.
Okay. So what is an outcome of that case?
It said the role of the when the Speaker of the Lok Sabha acts and decides on the cases of defection, he acts as a tribunal. So his actions are subject to judicial reviews. That was the larger verdict.
Okay. So fixing the timeline
Yes.
to decide about the anti-defection laws.
Yes.
Is there any Supreme Court judgment?
Yes, sir. Kesham Meghchandra Singh case.
Okay. Okay. So from your point of view, that's not a big thing like
That-
way.
yes, sir. It added a timeline to the silences of those powers of
Yes,
speakers.
yes. Like the way president and governor has to fix the
Recently
timeline,
was-
the same way Supreme Court fixed the timeline
Fixed
for
the timeline.
defection also.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Other than that, there is a most important thing through the judgment of Supreme Court. Starts from this Swami Shraddhananda versus Union of India case, or Rajiv Gandhi assassinators versus Union of India case.
Okay.
So what are the doctrines came into exist through these two particular cases?
I was actually not aware of these two
Okay.
cases.
So what do you know about judicial innovation?
Yes, judicial
Doctrine of judicial innovation?
Yes. So one such judicial innovation is the basic structural doctrine, also the collegium system, which created a new system which were not within the provisions of the constitution. So
Okay.
they were created only by cases by the higher judiciaries.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yes.
And there is an idea regarding municipal bond.
Yes.
Finally, today through budget also properly channelized.
Yes.
And last 6 months, even before the budget review, economic survey also talked, and various newspaper information also for the past 6 months carried about this municipal bond.
Yes.
Finally got the legal status in the current budget.
Current budget, yes.
So what is this municipal bond?
So basically, it came because of the ways and means to raise revenue for the urban local bodies was
Okay.
limited, sir,
Okay.
because they were mostly dependent on the center and the states. So this will give them new avenues to raise budgets, raise funds for carrying out their administrative work.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. Now,
Yes.
Kiran, your formal marks is over. Just stay back.
Okay.
Feedback will start.
Okay.
Yes, about the constitutions.
Yes.
The Swiss constitution is very unique,
Okay.
and because they are always neutral.
Okay.
They have taken a stand that they will remain neutral, and they are divided into councils
Okay.
which take decisions. So the Swiss constitution and the constitution of the Scandinavian countries is perhaps a little different from constitutions of, say, they are similar, they are also democratic, but they are uniquely democratic.
Okay. I'll
Right.
read more
So,
on it. Yes.
yeah, the constitutions are not very big.
Okay.
They are not very big documents
Yes.
like perhaps ours, but we have borrowed heavily from the American Constitution, the French, and you were right, from Canada, and so on. But have a look. The Constitution of Switzerland is a little different.
Okay. I'll
So
take a look.
have a
Definitely.
look.
Yes.
And also about Karnataka, at Badami you have the caves.
Yes.
Now, normally when you have a structural temple, you build, or a structure you build from bottom
To,
to up.
yes.
Okay, but the caves in Western India, they are very unique because they were dug by artisans from top to bottom.
Just the Kailashnath temple in
The
Yellowknife.
Kailashnath
Yes,
temple, and so are the caves at
yes.
Badami.
Okay.
And the artisan has engraved his name at the entrance of the temple. Not his name in particular, a particular name keeps repeating, so it's the name of the dynasty perhaps, which was involved in the craftsmanship of the temple. And how can one forget Hampi? Because Hampi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and very difficult to forget. So the Chalukya architecture, Hoysala architecture, architecture of the Vijayanagar kingdom, Hampi are important heritage sites of Karnataka. So remember that.
Yes.
Like, you know that,
Yes,
but you have to
I'll
remember.
revise it more.
And it is called Nagara architecture also.
Yes.
That the Besara style is also called Nagara
Okay.
architecture.
Thank you.
That's all I wanted to
Okay.
tell.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
But Kiran,
Yes.
I think you are very pleasant, right?
Thank you, sir.
And you're answering with calm and self-control.
Yes.
Your subjects are very interesting. PSI are so much India's neighborhood and around.
Yes. Yes.
Because add economy to and budget and all those issues.
Yes.
And civil engineering also, very important subject. Only thing, see, these are textbook type excuses to say L1.
Yes. Sir.
Really speaking, as I mentioned,
Yes.
L1 is also you are giving the GSQR.
Yes. Yes.
These are the other factors of corruption and lack of supervision and all that are causing the
Yes.
problem.
Yes. Sir.
All right. So that is what you can look into.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Rest, thoda sa you need to increase your
Sir.
volumes,
Okay.
pitch a little
Okay.
bit,
Okay. Sir.
so that this is subduing your performance, which is
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Little more
Okay.
energy and little
More louder.
volume
Okay,
will
sir.
make it. You dressed well when you go there, shave with
Yes.
a brand new blade
Yes.
on that day,
Yes.
you
Yes.
look nice and
Definitely.
good.
Yes.
Go with confidence, you're already in a wonderful job. So
Thank
there's
you.
a backup
Thank
option.
you. Yes. Thank
All
you
the
so
best.
much. Thank you so much.
Mr.
Yes.
Kiran,
Yes.
already you got the enough feedback. Apart from this, slightly, the way how you mentioned about the other extracurricular activities and interests, it is full of facts.
Okay.
And that much thing you mention in here. So you please go through every terms in a very thorough manner, since the constitutional history is not on, and you didn't mention about the Indian thing also.
Okay.
So there is a possibility that international
might-
level, international
okay.
judgment also.
Okay.
So you have to convince the people. So read everything thoroughly. When is your interview?
12th of February.
12th of February. Okay, 12 days you are having.
Yes.
Okay, all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now Kiran, you are very pleasant actually.
Thank you.
That's why. But as Sir has said, volume, because you're actually so pleasant. That's why I didn't say. But volume is little, because they are not very young people. The 5 people there will be our age or even more. They are not more, but around that age, so
Okay.
difficult to hear. So
Okay,
very
I'll take
clear,
note.
and it reaches them. Your job is to reach your voice to reach them.
Okay.
That is one. Secondly, content-wise, so many things we could analyze, like budget.
Yes.
Today just been
Today's,
presented, and the economic survey report,
Yes.
state of Indian economy.
Yes.
So there are a lot of paradoxes there. You can see Indian GDP growth is impressive, projected growth 6.8 to 7.2, but rupee is sliding
Rupees
down.
falling, yes.
Foreign capital is leaving India rapidly.
Yes.
Jobless growth. Growth is there, but jobs
Not creating enough jobs.
not really picking up.
Yes.
Infrastructure, huge infrastructure capex is being this thing. Most of the states are booming.
Yes.
So should have increased the jobs, but high level jobs are not really being created. High level jobs are there, but then low level jobs not being created.
Yes.
So these are paradoxes. So how can there be GDP so much of growth when there is the other way, their economy is falling other ways, especially main is your conversion rate of rupees, 92
Yes,
almost to a
yes.
dollar.
Yes. Fell by
Dollar is
6%.
also sliding. How can there be a slide of dollar, a slide of rupee at the same time?
Yes.
These are Goldilocks paradox they say,
Yes.
in economists are saying. So that you should have your own views, read them carefully, because you got some time still, have your own notes, etc. Then our civil engineering, you have said you know your design, so you know it well. But anyway, I have a little the recent advances, etc., etc. Because as soon as you say design, then they will say there will be somebody there who will say some esoteric something. But you are good. I mean, you know your earthquake engineering, structural engineering. You know all the soil testing, everything, foundation, everything is well. But just and India PSI, yeah. All around the world, India is really taking a beating in the foreign relations. Yes. Our neighbors are up against us. Latin America not doing much. Then your Russian oil energy policy is not really picking up. Our foreign policy, climate change. India is a global South leader. But nothing much India can do, because loss and damage funds are not being created. Yes. No, not even 1 rupee there, $1 there. So what is that COP after COP is taking place? COP 30 years, but nothing much is happening. Our world is going towards more and more disaster on the climate change issues. Yes. USA has taken itself out of these climate negotiations. Yes. Tariff is against India. Every day there is a new threat. Operation Sindhu, defense spending is increasing, but for what? Operation Sindhu, yes, is a success, but after that,
yes, we have to look.
Defense spending cannot be a bottleneck kind of spending. There should be, it should increase our Viksit Bharat or Atmanirbhar Bharat targets. You should be linked with all that. Yes. So all that sort of thing, you should have your own views and write down and just practice. And you are saying very well. Yes. Keep your confidence, coolness, because you are working also, so you got your cool and calm, nice demeanor and all that. Keep it up. Even if there is one or two you can answer that, just keep your cool. He said, get out of that. Yes. Sticky situation, get out of that, saying sorry, sir. Yes. And saying politely, saying point by say, opinion, first point, second point, most important point, first, second, like 2-3 important points. Yes. Don't go and get into a narrative. Okay. So point to a first point, sir, I want to say. All points, no point can be a 6-line answer. Yes. 1 or 2 short sentences, crisp short sentences. Yes. Clearly, audibly, so that people can hear. Okay. So that's all, but you should do well. You must do well, because you are really in that stage where you should crack it this year. So thank you. All the best, Kiran Kamate.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.